Welcome back, folks. In the park here. Another park this time. Sorry. Got the falls, but they're closed for the season, so I couldn't really climb up to the falls. I'll have to find somewhere else. I made another video yesterday, but it was way too windy, so the audio was complete shit. So I apologize, but we'll get back to that one. I might just have to do a voice over the video. So we're gonna find out going forward whether we're doing video and audio splits, but yeah. But this video is gonna be about the importance of distractions. So I noticed today's December 18th. So I'm gonna give a nod to Peter Zapfe. He was a Norwegian pessimist philosopher, mountaineer, so on and so forth. So, that's what we're going to do today. The importance of distractions. Going forward though, just real quick. Yeah, I might just do videos in the car, we'll see. It's getting colder. Might not always get out in nature, we'll see. My intention is to put out a couple videos at least a week. And, you know, I'll try to make them more topical, concise, organized, less lengthy, so on. So, this is kind of off the cuff, and this is, you know, sloppy, I admit it. But yeah. So why is it important to distract ourselves? Why do all this? And the sound of that traffic is annoying, so I might have to do a voiceover. But we'll see. I'm trying to get a nice balance of the river in that, but who knows. But why is it important to distract ourselves? I seem to be doing that really well right about now. Well, I think he said something like, we often only save ourselves by limiting the content of our consciousness. So, if you're too aware of the madness, if you're too aware of it, you might slip into that pit. So why not just fall into the pit? Why not just fall in? What's wrong with that? It's important to stay in the game as long as you can, just to tolerate it. And whether or not you like it, we're all part of that puzzle. I think there's a long game we have to play. All of us. And even just sharing your thoughts, your ideas, your art, your writing. Giving the next generation of people at least one more stone to step on. That's the play. Oh, you're not escaping in the end anyway. No one gets out alive. You know, no one's an anal virgin. We all get sodomized the moment we're born. Well, not literally, but you know. These ideas we're talking about, that I'm talking about, they're not exactly novel. They're actually pretty old, but people continue to exist. They continue to continue. Now, don't blame me, I didn't do it. Don't blame me. That's not even mentioning all the animals. So what is it, like 8 quadrillion, I think, individual organisms that have ever existed? I don't know. That's a huge rough estimate. The people that need to hear these things are the ones that won't. They're not the ones that are going to be clicking on this video. That's most people. That's the unfortunate reality. We're likely to be around for a while longer. So yeah, we are going to have to play the long game. I was hoping to see the sunset, but I'm not in the greatest place. So you got the river, and you got the traffic, you got the mountain. It's whatever. So what are the ways people avoid caving into death? What do we do to distract ourselves? Well, in his writing, I think it was The Last Messiah. I haven't read it, but I've touched up on that. I mean, a lot of us in this community are clicking on this video, they've heard of it. But we have isolation, anchoring, distraction, and sublimation. So on isolation, that was the video I actually did, but the audio was complete trash. So I'm gonna have to redo that one, or I'll just have to do it in my car or something, we'll find out. But he described it, I have it written down here, let's see. Isolation is a fully arbitrary dismissal from consciousness, or all disturbing and destructive thought and feeling. So this internalization, it's a means to escape anything which intrudes on us. And ironically, our own self-reflection is one of the drivers for our consciousness. So there's that recursive thought process that we possess, unfortunately. Thinking about thinking, about thinking about thinking. And this really leads nowhere for us, productively anyway. It's getting kind of cold though. I'm doing a great job of distracting myself. I hope you guys are. Yeah, I have mentioned this before, I think in the last video. Life is way easier when you're doing things rather than when you're thinking about things. I mean, that is the way to stay grounded. So I can't even begin to express the absolute misery and isolation you guys are going to feel if you just think about thinking about it. About life, about anything. Thinking about it. It's just like this bottomless pit. You have to tether yourself to something else. Distract yourself. And I think that's why happier people tend to have much better focus. They're busy doing while you're busy thinking. And probably also why they're more successful in general. So I'll do another video back on that isolation. But you might be surprised that the video I made is rather uplifting on isolation. There is some good news towards that. So stay tuned for that if you're a bit doomy. And I'll have plenty of rants going forward, you know. There will be plenty of those, but this is about pessimism. So what was next? Anchoring. So anchoring was the grounding for which we lay our lives. So we have values, they're the values we stand on, politics, religion, laws, society, behavior. So these are the ways we distract ourselves during our lives. And I'm not religious, but I will make a point that those who are, from what I've seen, they're generally happier people. And a lot of people will say they've got their heads in the clouds. And yeah, that's mostly true. But I think it's more like their ideas are kites, and those ideas keep them tethered to the ground. So does it validate any of their beliefs as true? No, I don't think so. It just means they found an avenue to focus their lives on until the road ends. It's just a way to distract themselves. So, I mean, imagine the powerful preyed on the weak. How would they do this? Okay, they had no way to kindly tell these weak people that they were fucking them. There's no nice way of telling them this. How do you reveal this? So what if they could just promise them something that they had no intention of paying for? Just promise them something after they died. Not just recompense. Not just like, oh, you get all this back and then some. It's no. You promise them eternal bliss forever. Man, what a deal that would be. I think most people would take it. And most people would take that and gobble that right up. Even if the powerful had no way to make good on those promises. And people still fall for that one. Anyway, I can do tons of videos on that, but I get carried away. Alright, so what else do we have? Okay, sublimation. That's the art we make while we live in order to shift our focus. So we go from negative to positive. So this, to me, further indicates that negative is the default state of consciousness. Not normal, not positive, but negative. I don't know, without these things, it's just a negative state. So we need to keep ourselves busy to fill in the void. I mean, that's what we're doing. That's all this is. This is life. But even this can be pretty difficult. Just, you know, distracting ourselves. Making things for others, creating things, art, and then you lose focus. It becomes this tedious chore if you don't work quickly enough on that art. You always have to be changing what you do. Or at least you have to believe yourself to be changing. So not even necessarily changing, but just a belief. Alright. And distraction, that was the last point he made. So, in this definition, it's the sole focus of particular things. And I'd say all of these aspects fall under the distraction umbrella. The other three. But it could also be about externalizing your thoughts. Taking everything from within to without. This could be, also art. Sublimation, but everyone's got their own thing. So now just think about it. What are you doing with your life that isn't a means to escape? So is there actually something that doesn't fall under any of these? Is there something you're doing that isn't distracting yourself in some way in order just to stay alive? Doesn't all of it just fall under one of those? And honestly, guys, if life was so great, why are we always looking for ways to escape it? Why am I out here doing this? Why am I even talking? Why do we play video games? Why do we watch movies? We listen to music nonstop. We stare at our phones. We do drugs. We want better sex, better bodies, better food, better everything. Of course we do. And then we hurt ourselves. We hurt others. We create morals and standards. We invent religions. We build societies. We embellish the truth. And then at the end of the day, we go to bed and we pretend tomorrow's going to be even better. It's not. No one wants to hear that. It's uncomfortable. It's inconvenient. But you're a day older and you are one day closer to death. That is the truth. So you can improve your attitude. And you can even better your circumstances. And others. But you can't change the game. Not yet, anyway. It would be like a construction crew came in to build you a home. You paid them. They're doing their best to build a house from shit. They come in with a bunch of wheelbarrows full of shit, right? They got twigs for lumber, turds for cement. So you can smile and wave, or you can scream. That's the attitude part. Do what you want. Regardless of how you see it, of your perception, it is going to fall apart eventually. They want to change your perception, but they can't change reality. Unfortunate. So what was the point of all this? What was the point of all this? I should have picked a better spot, but it was noisier over there. So the point of this was just finding a way to keep myself distracted. Not giving up is the greatest distraction of all. So that's the positive. Don't give up. That is a distraction. And I hope you found this useful. So go find something to do. Distract yourself. And genuinely, have a good day, guys. Have a good day.